Hello, welcome to Web of Stories. It's Wednesdays and it's Wednesday with Will. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm doing a project where I am slowly reading through all of Shakespeare's plays. 10 a year. I do one a month. I take May and December off. But I choose the play for the next month, the month before. So while we are not reading a play in May, I have to choose one for June, and that is today. So, in here, I have all of Shakespeare's plays. Oh, and now it's stuck. All of Shakespeare's plays, minus the ones we've already done, and minus Henry IV parts 2 and 3. These will go in, like, I'll put Henry IV part 2 in once I draw, or Henry VI, excuse me. Henry VI parts 2 and 3. I'll put part 2 in after I draw part 1. You know how that works. I also, wait, hold on one sec. I'm going to take Coriolanus out since we read this. I was like, I have not pulled Coriolanus out because I'm not going to go through all those. And I looked and there was a big C and I'm like, I bet that's Coriolanus. So, so far in this series, because we started this year, we started with Winter's Tale and then we read The Merry Wives of Windsor. And then it was Henry IV part 1 and then Coriolanus. And that was up through April. We took May off. So now it's time to see what we are reading in June. You're gonna hear what I have in here. Okay, this feels promising, this one. Let's see. This is another one I have never read. Love's Labour's Lost. Never read it. I don't know what it's about. Pretty sure it's a comedy. So that is our June play, Love's Labour's Lost. So if you would like to read along with us, on my Discord, I have it's called the Bard Room, the channel, and we just go in there and discuss the plays. You are not obligated to do every single play. You can hop in and out as you would like. I'm doing every play, but no one else is obligated to do every play. So what I do is I read the play. I try to watch at least one adaptation of it. And if I can, maybe sometimes I'll try to do like a retelling of it in the month to just kind of really get into it. If you're a little intimidated by Shakespeare, a couple tips. One would be to get an audiobook. What I personally do, and sometimes it's just kind of handy and sometimes it's almost crucial that I do this, is I get the audiobook and I listen to it as I read it. That has really helped me a lot. Especially with humor, because there were things that were very funny in this late 16th, early 17th century that we are not funny now. They're not, like, what? That was supposed to be funny? And if you hear the inflection of the actors' voices, you know it's supposed to be a joke. It makes a lot more sense. Another thing is there's no shame in watching an adaptation before you read, or a performance before you read it. There's no shame in that. None whatsoever. I would say, you know what, and it's fine to just watch the adaptation. The only thing is if you're going to discuss that, make sure you're doing an adaptation that is is the play. Lots of times they'll do little changes. For example, the adaptation of The Merry Wives of Windsor that I watched was set in North America. It was the Stratford Festival, so I'm assuming Canada, but North America, in the 1950s. And they had done a few things like change whenever they referenced pounds, changed it to dollars. So there's little things like that. But also just be sure, for example, I saw Coriolanus yesterday as I am filming this. And that one, they had gone in and modernized the language. They had also taken a character out, the character of Virgilia, which you don't even notice is not there. So it's not a big deal. But, you know, just be careful with things like that. Yeah. Another thing is to read it aloud. It helps sometimes to just kind of hear it. And, you know, you could have a party and have people over and just all read Shakespeare. I don't know. You could do that, I guess, if you have friends that want to, but those are just some tips. I am kind of as new to this as the rest of you. I've read a handful of Shakespeare plays through school, but now I want to read them on my own and for myself, which is why I'm doing this. So again, in June, we'll be reading and discussing Love's Labour's Lost. And I will be back probably this month in May to talk a little bit more about Coriolanus. I took some time with this one because I had an extra month, plus the production I was gonna go see, which I saw yesterday, was in May. So there you go. Thank you very much. Again, if you'd like to join in the fun with Shakespeare, join my Discord, because we do have a thread that talks about all the plays we're reading. And we also talk about a lot of other things. So go ahead and join us. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.